delivery as she mentioned in her tweet. The problem that only JS had was that she really struggled to...
Did Speed go too far with this joke? Well, Twitch certainly thought so.
Tyson's situation could become a complete disaster.
YouTube, a platform made for all sorts of fun, entertaining, and wholesome content. Despite this, it still seems like it's just become a hellhole for countless controversies and weird dramas. I can't go on YouTube without seeing a video dedicated to explaining why some guy who did something should be cancelled and shunned from the internet. No one knows when it started or why the internet has become this way. Except, I have a theory. I've developed the concept of the 4 stages of YouTube drama. These 4 stages basically sum up what goes down in every cancelled situation, and hopefully these can be used for further situations that may happen in the future. Anyway, let's begin. YouTube drama comes in all shapes and forms. Each one is unique, and I found that the severity of a controversy is usually based on multiple factors. The biggest one is the creator's fan base. I've noticed a pattern in YouTube controversies. If a YouTuber is famous for kid-friendly, more wholesome content, they will usually develop a more sensitive fan base. This, in turn, makes it 100 times easier for them to be cancelled for something small, as more sensitive fans will get much angrier and turn on the creator. On the flip side, YouTubers who are famous for older, more mature content, pranks, or anything with a dark humor factor will build up fan bases that are far more tolerant, as most controversies won't even be worse than what they usually see in a video, and that's what they sub for. So YouTubers with edgier content have it a lot easier in controversies than YouTubers with younger fan bases, as those fans will usually let more slide. Take JiDion for example. Everyone knows him for his crazy prank videos, which always consist of him pissing off multiple different people. He curses in his content and doesn't particularly gear it towards super young viewers. This path in content was an intelligent decision because these viewers who see crazy things happen and laugh will probably not do much differently when they find out about a controversy he gets into, usually because the controversy can't be much more serious than what actually goes on in his videos. And this is exactly what happened with him, as he sent a hate raid to Pokimane on stream one day, causing her to break down in tears and make her Twitter account private. Now think about how quickly JiDion recovered. All he had to do was say sorry to her and make a video with her, and that was it. JiDion's reputation was able to make a quick recovery from the trenches back to where it was, and it was so easy because it was already in the trenches, and his viewers were okay with that because that's what they wanted to see. Now imagine if a big YouTuber on Roblox did that. The reaction would be much different because they have a significantly more sensitive fan base. So you can't help but respect YouTubers like JiDion because it could have gone much differently if he had a sensitive fan base. There are a few other factors as to why this was so easy, but for now I'll explain the second stage, the Instigating Act. You can't have drama without having action to start it. These actions have a huge range in severity. Some actions can be small, stupid mistakes, while others can be whole-ass criminal cases. Despite the severity of the actions, there will always be those overly dramatic comments who make the controversy seem way worse than it is. These comments will be ranting about how horrible of a person so-and-so is and why they deserve a life sentence and an eternity in hell. But the Instigating Act sometimes isn't just one spontaneous thing that happens out of nowhere. I mean, sure, we have things like when Pewdiepie dropped the full uncensored hard R in front of a bunch of kids while streaming, but it usually doesn't go like that. Sometimes it's a pattern of repeated actions that gets brought to light, like EDP grooming minors and getting absolutely exposed for it. Similarly, with Shane Dawson revealing that he was on that type of timing with his pets. Sometimes a YouTuber's doing crap for a while and only just got caught. Other times are when YouTubers are just bad people in general, and that gets brought to light. I don't have a really good YouTube example for this, but the entire James Corden situation basically fits the chalk outline. He was just generally a bad person to be around, and it became known to his fans, and people started boycotting him. Sometimes YouTubers don't even need to do anything to start the drama, as the content can be enough to just incite rage in viewers, convincing them that the creator has committed some type of atrocity just by existing. But yeah, the Instigating Act comes in all different forms and sizes, and you never know when some YouTuber is going to be on the hot seat next because of something that they did or have been doing. The third stage of a controversy is the external forces that push in and instigate the drama. If you don't know what that means, picture a war scene where your country is fighting and it seems to be going in your favor, but then you proceed to get smashed from behind by a country who you didn't even know was in the war. That's essentially what this part is. The creator will get into some hot water with their fan base, and then other channels join the bandwagon and jump on their case as well. These external forces usually come from commentary channels. You guessed it, usually when there's an internet drama happening, it's going to be publicized by your local Penguin Zero or Sunny V2. The last thing a YouTuber in a controversy wants is for a giant creator to deliver the final blow and send their audience to come hate as well. This stage of YouTube drama is by far the worst stage, as these external channels giving their input will add entirely new fan bases to come into the channel just for the purpose of sending hate comments. This happens particularly well because 99% of these commentary channels are extremely biased about the situation and will comment their own opinions while giving a rundown of the story. Because these are commentary channels, the viewer is looking for someone to be mad at, and once they find the video, it's up to the commentary creator to give them a biased version of the story, which sends them to go hate on the YouTuber. This is a pretty effective system, and so many YouTubers have fallen victim to this. In fact, these commentary channels are pretty much how word gets out about these situations. So if a drama gets to the point where a big commentary channel is covering it, the YouTuber might as well kiss their career goodbye. In rare cases, and I'm talking rare, it may backfire on the commentary channel, which we've seen happen when Sunny V2 tried to cover the Mr. Beast situation, or when August the Duck tried to expose JiDion. The similar thing among these two cases is that the commentary channel was actually smaller than the YouTuber they were covering, causing their angry fanbase to get overshadowed by fans fighting to keep their YouTuber's name out the sewers. So, in order for this stage of drama to occur, the commentary channel usually has to be bigger than the YouTuber that they're covering. Usually. But the external forces then lead to the YouTuber realizing that their reputation is being dragged through the dirt. This leads me to the final stage of YouTube drama, the dreaded apology video. This is like a challenge with an 100% fail rate. Can't win. Because if the apology seems in any way staged, you'll get eaten alive. Commenters will get on your D about how insecure the apology is, and you'll get flamed for it. If the actual apology itself sounds insincere, the same thing will happen. And even if you manage to pull off a sincere apology, people will just call you weak and say that you apologize only because your career was in jeopardy. You can't win in this situation. The only way to win here is to not let the drama get to the point where you have to make an apology video. I've studied these situations, and the most common and effective way I see YouTubers get out of huge dramas is where they expose themselves. If a YouTuber can be open and honest with their fanbase about what happened, they can't really have a reaction that's bad, rather than if they let somebody else expose them. Because hearing a remorseful story from the perpetrator's mouth is way less harsh than hearing about it from a biased third-party source. So if you ever become a YouTuber and you happen to see yourself getting into drama, then remember these 4 stages and how to effectively counter them. Better solution, just don't do the thing. You'll be better off that way.